Theo Silverton stands out as one of the most repulsive characters Coronation Street has ever produced, and in a community once home to the likes of Pat Phelan, Richard Hillman, and Jeff Metcalf, that's no small achievement. At first, Theo presented himself as a damaged yet pitiable figure, claiming to be scarred by the trauma of conversion therapy and years spent hiding his true self. But it didn't take long for the mask to slip, revealing him as a repeat abuser whose relentless cruelty towards partner Todd Grimshaw only escalated. Beginning with subtle pressure and emotional manipulation, Theo's tactics soon spiraled into degradation, psychological mind games, strict control over Todd's eating, and ultimately brutal physical attacks. Every calculated move was designed to shatter Todd's body and spirit, while isolating him from anyone who might intervene. One of the few people to grow alarmed was Billy Mayhew, who became increasingly uneasy about Theo's conduct. During the disastrous wedding of Debbie Webster and Ronnie Bailey, Billy saw further evidence of Theo's mistreatment before discovering Todd half-naked in the bathroom, his skin marked with bruises and injuries. Todd later showed Billy a heavily altered video that Theo had stitched together using footage from the flat's cameras, falsely portraying Todd as the aggressor. Refusing to be fooled, Billy tracked down the unedited clips and did everything he could to persuade Todd, despite his resistance, that the relationship was abusive and Theo's actions were far from loving. Eventually, Billy got through to him. Todd asked to be taken home, determined at last to escape his tormentor. Theo, however, had no intention of surrendering control and followed them onto the bus. The instant Theo realized Billy knew the truth, Billy's destiny was sealed. After the devastating Corriedale crash, Billy found himself trapped inside the overturned minibus as flames rapidly spread. He briefly believed rescue was at hand when Theo appeared, only for that hope to be crushed when Theo secured his seatbelt once more, fled the scene, and left Billy to perish in the explosion. With that act, Theo crossed a horrifying threshold, transforming from abuser to murderer. Is redemption even possible now? In the world of soap, that seems highly unlikely. Once a character spills blood, it's rarely a one-off, and now that Theo has learned how far he's capable of going to eliminate threats, the question becomes, who's next? George Shuttleworth, who once served as Todd's stepfather during his relationship with Eileen Grimshaw and remained a steady father figure even after their split and Eileen's departure, has long been a target of Theo's resentment. Both George and his partner, Christina Boyd, have sensed something deeply wrong about Theo on several occasions, though they remain unaware of just how dark and dangerous he truly is. We're convinced that George would stop at nothing to protect Todd, and if he uncovered the truth about what's happening inside that flat, he'd do whatever it took to get his surrogate son away from the man abusing him. However, as Billy's tragic fate proved, attempting to rescue Todd can be a lethal mistake. Could the Undertaker himself soon be preparing his own grave? Theo harbored instant hatred for Billy from the outset, simply because he was Todd's former partner. The last living link to that old family dynamic is Summer Spellman. Over Christmas, Summer became a fresh source of irritation for Theo, with her playful present to Todd infuriating him enough to inspire a cruel plan to sabotage it. Following Billy's death, Theo has weaponized the tragedy to intensify his psychological assault on Todd. Acting as a parental figure to Summer, Todd is now struggling under the crushing weight of guilt, ongoing abuse, and his responsibility to care for her after she moved into the flat. If Summer continues to dominate Todd's attention, we believe Theo would hesitate little in removing her, particularly if she ever learned the truth about what he did to the Billy she adored. We never truly had the chance to understand Danielle. Discovering that her husband and the father of her children was leaving her for another man left her devastated and furious, which is hardly surprising. That raises a troubling question. Was Danielle also a victim of Theo's abuse? Theo's former boyfriend Owen, whom Theo must have been seeing while still married to Danielle, was undeniably subjected to his cruelty. If Danielle suffered at Theo's hands, she hasn't spoken out yet. However, her ongoing conflicts with him over their children place her firmly in harm's way. Should those clashes continue, and with Theo now willing to kill, could she learn the truth about the man she married far too late? For a time, Gary Windass counted Theo as a friend and business partner. Though Gary may be blunt and abrasive, he has a firm sense of right and wrong, stepping in to defend Theo when he unraveled following the return of former friend and conversion therapist Noah Headley. Gary later viciously attacked Noah in Theo's defense, and despite their commercial disputes, has remained loyal, becoming the only ally Theo has managed to secure outside Todd's immediate circle. But does that closeness mean Gary is nearer than anyone else to discovering Theo's real character? And if he were to learn the full extent of Todd's suffering, would Gary's conscience drive him to confront Theo? A move that, as we now know, could be deadly? Tragically, stories of domestic abuse all too often end with the victim losing their life. Coronation Street's Jude Riordan addresses Sam Blakeman exit rumors ahead of troubling new storyline. Coronation Street actor Jude Riordan has spoken out to calm fan concerns that his character Sam Blakeman may be leaving the long-running ITV soap. The speculation comes as the show prepares to explore a harrowing storyline involving the grooming of Will Driscoll by his football coach Megan Walsh, a plot in which Sam plays a crucial role after beginning to uncover the disturbing truth. Jude, who has portrayed Sam since joining the cast in 2020, sparked rumors of a potential departure after posting a fresh set of professional headshots on Instagram. The updated photos, which showed a noticeably different look from previous images, led some viewers to worry that they signaled an imminent exit. However, the young actor was quick to shut down those fears. Responding directly to a concerned follower in the comments, Jude reassured fans by explaining that he wasn't going anywhere, writing that he simply looked very different compared to last year's headshots. This is not the first occasion on which Jude has had to dismiss speculation surrounding his future on the soap. Back in December, he also addressed rumors of a possible recast after sharing a behind-the-scenes image that showed him without Sam's signature glasses. At the time, Jude firmly put an end to the gossip, confirming on Instagram that he was still playing Sam and that there had been no change to the character or casting. Meanwhile, Coronation Street producer Kate Brooks has recently spoken about Sam's significant involvement in the upcoming grooming storyline. She explained that Sam's close ties to the Pub family place him in a position where he may begin to sense that something is seriously wrong. Kate went on to reveal that viewers will see just how far Megan is willing to go to manipulate Sam in order to silence him, adding that the emotional toll of this pressure will have a profoundly damaging impact on Sam's mental well-being. Expanding on the wider consequences for the Driscoll family, the producer highlighted how central the storyline will be for them moving forward. She noted that the situation involving Will and Megan is a major turning point, and that the fallout will be intense for everyone involved. Kate also referenced Maggie's fierce protective instincts, pointing out that viewers have already seen what she is capable of when it comes to defending her children and grandchildren. Her unwavering loyalty and determination to safeguard her family means that when the devastating truth eventually comes to light, the aftermath is unlikely to be calm or forgiving. Coronation Street continues to air on ITV1 on weeknights at 8:30 p.m., with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.